Hello, how you doing? It's been a while since we've done one of these, right? 2020 in fact. We are private chaps and this channel isn't about our egos or our collection of fancy tokens. If you want to keep up with what is going on behind the scenes as well as getting sweet exclusive tokens of your own, then our Patreon really is the place to be. But the big news was in 2021 there was a massive flood. Everything was destroyed, nothing was insured, people were homeless, there was a lawsuit that didn't go anywhere. In short, we lost almost everything. And being destitute and homeless, we seriously considered closing down the channel. But the hard drives containing the Arkham Chronicle survived. One thing that didn't survive was the copy of Machinations Through Time we purchased from eBay for more than $80. It had literally been in the house less than 2 hours before it was trashed. Meaning we had to spend even more money getting replacements from Game Center. If you look closely, you can see a period of remastering old videos, holding competitions, only using screenshots, and even pressing our playmat into service as the legendary plank of wood was kaput. Luckily, FFG decided to remaster all its old products, which meant we were able to slowly and secretly rebuild our Arkham collection. Now, we could have had a Kickstarter or a GoFundMe to speed this process along, but this was during a pandemic, and you lovely people probably needed that money yourselves. Anyway, stiff upper lip and all that. Sadly, we couldn't afford to attend any conventions for 2 years, but that didn't stop us encouraging those who felt safe to do so. Then we passed 10,000 subscribers, which seemed like a great occasion to give away a copy of Arkham Horror. And then it was time for Arkham Nights, and we went nuts! Promoting events in the UK, Sweden, Germany and the USA. We had promo cards professionally printed and even signed by Jeremy Zwern. We had swag flown in from the USA, early copies of Fortune and Folly to lend out, and even a crossover episode with the Card Game Cooperative. But to top it all off, we ran one of the most successful and memorable costume contests Arkham Horror has ever seen after FFG announced their official event would only be open to US residents. This was amazing, and in the Arkham Chronicle spirit, every single person who entered received a prize. From board games, to promo cards, to playmats, it was incredible, and literally cost hundreds of pounds in postage and prizes. Thank you patrons, and thank you Chaos Cards as well. And thanks to everyone who participated, particularly those who had never entered a costume contest before. Next we attended our first event since the health crisis began, and it was a great day out. Check out that video if you are looking for a one-day geeky shopping trip in London. It seems like there are a billion companies producing all kinds of accessories for Arkham Horror, and there is no way we have time to get them all on screen, particularly as all the ones waiting in the queue were lost in the flood. So we came up with the idea of an annual recap video to let all of you know about what new goodies had arrived that year and maybe give a glimpse into future projects. In the case of By the Same Token, we were actually able to visit their workshop and film with actual prototypes. Does this idea work for you? Let us know if it is something we should do every year. And then it was Star Wars Week. We were lucky to be able to work closer than we ever have done with Asmodee North America. Despite not having a full copy of the game, we got some spoiler cards and an advanced copy of the rules and were able to show off this tiny 2-player treat. Speaking of treats, we held a competition where you could name some new Lovecraftian candy to be released by Honey Badger Games. Isn't that the most unique prize you have ever seen? Amazing! Plus, all throughout 2023, we had been giving away the official Arkham Horror paperback novels, thanks to the supreme generosity of Aconyte Books. Every single month, we gave away physical, digital, or audiobook versions, your choice, of these items, often multiple books at a time. And with digital prizes, we don't have to pay any postage, so it really is a big win for us, as postage is the #1 expense around here, apart from maybe UK Games Expo. Which was massively expensive this year, as we couldn't stay in our £30 a night B&B in Coventry and travel in by train each day due to a national rail strike. So we had to take the last vacant room at the Hilton for £200 a night. Oh, thanks patrons! Then one of our chaps caught COVID and the other was called overseas for work, leaving us without the good microphone. So it was left to one brave little soldier to cover the entire convention by himself. We hope to have a video about that eventually, but there was just so much footage you might not see it for a while. What we did get was an interview with Ryan Miller. And despite being shot on a mobile phone, turned out surprisingly well and spans 4 separate videos, which leads us on to the mouse in the room. For a channel that specialises in Lovecraftian cosmic horror themes, we seem to be jumping the shark, right? Well, for those of you that have been with us from the beginning, you know that each year we add another game to the channel's regular coverage. Usually this is the kiss of death and those games implode shortly after, but that is totally just a coincidence, right? This year we picked Disney Lorcana, which is a trading card game from Ravensburger. The reason we are supporting it is because it has the potential to be the most significant game this century. It is specifically designed to appeal to people who aren't gamers and give them a gentle and friendly invitation to the world of tabletop gaming. Anything that grows the hobby so positively is worthy of support. This means more customers for friendly local game stores, more attendees at conventions, more people watching and creating content, and importantly, more people to play with. Once these new players are established, they may want to try a board game, or a role-playing game, or even a living card game. We think Disney Lorcana has the potential to be the proverbial rising tide that lifts all boats in our hobby. Outside of the channel, we care passionately about the analog gaming industry, and we've done a lot over the years to promote and support it, and this is another way we can continue to do that. Up until the launch in September, you will see a lot of Lorcana videos aimed at beginners and non-gamers. If this isn't your cup of tea, then no worries. Maybe you could share it with someone who might appreciate it. Disney Lorcana could be the game you play with your friend, spouse, or children that have never shown an interest in gaming before. As a multiplayer game, you could play it as a family. Consider checking it out, but don't pay more than retail price. Be patient if stock is low. It has been a challenge working on this title, but we got world exclusive unboxings of most of the range, so we can't complain. We had hoped to alternate the games we featured to make sure there was a variety enough for everyone, but we simply don't have the time to do that. We need to get as much done as possible because soon it will be time for Arkham Knights, and we want to get fully behind that. Rest assured, we do have plenty of videos in the works. This channel was started by accident when someone needed to learn how YouTube worked so they could post videos as part of their job. Originally it was uploading Pokemon Go videos, but a new game arrived at the right time and people seemed to like the style, so it was kept going as a curiosity. Now, 6 years and 430 videos later, the thing that was not meant to be very much still is. We are just as surprised as you by this fact and have tried to retire the channel a number of times. Originally there were 2 founders with a lot of help from their friends. One was the wacky crazy fellow who just wanted to throw tokens off balconies, throw product in the river, trespass on military bases, and run over stuff in cars. The other was the straight man who actually made the videos look good and stopped us getting in trouble with FFG or getting cancelled on social media. One of those 2 got married and is now emigrating overseas. Which means this channel will either get more respectable and professional or will totally implode by the end of the year. Place your bets in the comments below. If anyone wants to step up and maybe help out with the channel, let us know what your mad skills are. We have had guests on the show that have gone off to be successful content creators. If you know anyone that is a massive Disney fan and wants to help create content, then we can spin Lorcana off onto its own channel and return the Arkham Chronicle to its roots. We don't want to get too specific about plans for future videos, because the best laid plans of mice never seem to work out, but there are plenty of ideas on our radar. Now, as a thank you for sitting through this video and supporting us through our turbulent times, we present the July 12 Months of Christmas competition, where you can win a copy of Secrets in Scarlet from Aconyte Books. This is the anthology that ties into the Scarlet Keys campaign for Arkham Horror the card game. We sure do have a video all about it if you would like to know more. In the comments below, tell us what you would like us to do for Arkham Knights this year. Do you want another costume contest? How about a card design contest? Should we run our own Arkham Knights event or travel to the official one in the US, assuming there is one? FFG have not revealed their plans yet. Put your ideas in the comment section down below and one of you will win a copy of Secrets in Scarlet in the format of your choice. Although you will need to wait until after Gen Con finishes, as Aconyte Books are rather busy now. We don't want to get too specific about plans for future videos because the best played We don't want to get too specific about plans for future videos because the best played We don't want to get too specific about plans for future videos because the best played